It was told that a man embarked on a journey with his son to a city 2 days away from a travel away. They took a donkey with them to carry their belongings. The father constantly repeated the proverb, "What God had concealed from us is much greater." Halfway in their trip, the donkey broke a leg. The father repeated the saying, "What God had concealed from us is much greater." The two men then took their belongings and each carried his own. A little later in their journey, the father fell and broke his leg. He was walking, dragging his foot, and was unable to carry anything anymore. Again he repeats, "What God had concealed from us is much greater." The son then carried his and his father's belongings on his back, and the two men continued along their trip. It was not long into their trip before a viper bit the son. The son crumbled to the ground from the severe pain. The father then exclaimed, "What God had concealed from us is much greater." At this moment the son erupted in anger, saying to his father, "Is there any greater calamity than what has happened to us?" After the son healed, they continued their journey and arrived at their destination to find out that the city had been completely destroyed by a strong earthquake. At this moment, the father turned to his son and said, "O son, if we had no mishap delayed our journey to this day, we could have arrived on the same day the earthquake hit this city, and could have faced what was greater than what had happened to us during our journey." So, from the previous story, we now know that there is nothing in our life that is a complete evil. We might sometimes recognize the secret behind a mishap to discover that it was to protect us from a greater consequence, and sometimes we might not recognize that. Therefore, we must react to dilemmas with great strength and steadfastness. That is because God has not created us to put us in harm. Therefore, our proverb from now on is, "What God had concealed from us is much greater." Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.